My brother is a married man. We had an awesome time at the wedding yesterday. We're here at the Banff Springs Hotel, which is so fancy. Way fancier than I am for sure. And today, sadly and crazy, is my last day in Canada. And it's Jodie's last day in Canada. So we're gonna get packed up here. It is an absolutely perfect bluebird day, not a cloud in the sky, the perfect morning to go up there. We're gonna go up Sulfur Mountain, up the gondola. I think my niece and nephew and sister and my parents are coming as well in a little bit. So let's go up. I think you guys know what I'm about to say. The audio failed again. And when I say the audio failed, I mean I failed. I'm in Austria right now, and I'm finally getting to an edit that I'm 4 days behind on, and the audio is all gone from this entire day. I don't know how it happens with this mic. Sometimes it just doesn't like connect, and I don't think to check it because I trust it too much. I love my Rode Video Micro. I wouldn't use any other mic, but I have to get better at checking to make sure it's recording. So I've got a voiceover today's episode, unfortunately. We made it to the top of the gondola, and it was a perfect blue bird day, and just like the perfect send-off from this trip to Canada. It has been absolutely good to get home, but it's been too short. And I only got to see my niece and nephew for like a couple days. I only got to see my sister for a couple days, and it all feels like it's kind of been coming to a close way too fast.
When I have
So meta.
Metrics on, that will keep my hands warm.
It's kind of been one of those trips that's kind of reminded me that I need to get back to Canada. I need to spend more time in Canada. It's so good. And yeah, it was kind of tough saying goodbye to my niece and nephew for sure. But it was time to take Jodie to the airport. Eventually we got Jodie to the airport, and the send-off was, it's always hard. It's always hard doing that send-off, that goodbye. But we will see Jodie again really soon. It's almost 3 weeks to be honest, because I'm quite busy, but it's only 3 weeks. So we'll see Jodie back again soon. And after saying goodbye, I headed back to do some packing. You know, my favorite chore ever. I'm at my parents' place, and you guys know I hate packing. I hate it. It's the worst thing in the world. That's being dramatic. There's definitely worse things in the world than packing, but you know what I mean. But worse than packing is fixing these bags. This is my drone suitcase. This is my think tank helipack. And I love this bag. This bag is awesome. But since I don't have the big Phantom anymore, I've got all this room for activities in the bag, but I have to rearrange it, and it's like a puzzle, and it's driving me crazy. So I'm gonna work on this puzzle, and I'll let you know what I come up with at the end. Turns out I'm not very clever at packing or design. I'm a photographer, not a designer. But the setup, I have the 70 to 200 just like laying across there with the 60 attached to it. The Mavic's right here. I might move that somewhere else later. I've got my 16 to 35 there, my 14 millimeter here. I've got my 50 millimeter in there. That can probably go somewhere else. There's like filters for the Mavic. Those are Polar Pro filters. Filters for the camera here, more filters for the camera here. And then I've got all my chargers. Usually I don't take my chargers with me, but since I've got so much space here, I'm going to from now on. I'll also have my laptop cable right there. Up here on the bag, whoa. Up here on the bag, I always keep all my batteries on this top shelf. And this middle shelf, I keep cables. And then on the bottom shelf, I keep extra props. But since the Mavic props are so tiny, I can probably like put something else in there. And then in this flap here, that's where my laptop goes. And like some other stuff like chewing gum or whatever. So that's it. That's my bag setup. And I guess now that the bags, I almost said the bags are packed. That bag's packed. The mess is still crazy here. And I still have clothes in the wash. And my flight's in like less than 3 hours. And this is the mess in here. Eventually I'll have this all packed down. My goal is to pack it down into 2 bags, my big suitcase, and then this little Eddie Bauer bag down here. And it'll work. Eventually we'll get there. But should probably get moving on this. And finally, it was time for me to bail. It was time for me to head to the airport myself, and I was running so late. I was kind of thinking on the way back into Calgary that the hardest part of this job as a travel photographer is just being away from your family too long. And this trip to Canada was so short, and it has reminded me that maybe I need to spend more time in Canada than the 1 month a year that I usually spend, or the 2 weeks that I got this year. And maybe even just to photograph it, to shoot it and explore it, but also for the family, because it can be hard being gone from the family for so long and so many months of the year. But that is the only downside to this career, really. I eventually made it to the airport. I was super late, and I almost forgot all my camera gear in my rental car. I unpacked, I got all the way into the airport, I got almost checked in for my flight, and then I just realized I'd left the camera bag in the vehicle. I can be such an idiot sometimes. Eventually I got checked in, eventually I made it to my gate just in time for my flight, and it was off to England. Okay guys, I'm through heading to London. Apparently I'm in World Traveler class. I have no idea what that means, but apparently it's better than regular economy, so that's cool. I think I'll end this video right now with some clips of that class, even though I'm in the middle seat. And I'll see you guys tomorrow from London. Peace. And that's where I'm ending this vlog. I'm sorry there was no audio. I can't believe how often that happens. I know you guys understand. You guys are always pretty good at dealing with me when I forget to put the audio in. So I'm leaving you guys on today's episode. And tomorrow you'll see me here in Austria once I arrive. I'll see you there. Peace.